Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are either A, just joining us, or B, can't believe your eyes, yes, we are on the third map between Endpoint and Complexity. It's been an interesting day from Complexity, getting pushed to the limits from Contact and now Endpoint. This one might be more surprising to others, however, as we land on Dust 2, a map where Endpoint were looking fierce on earlier. Scriv, are you feeling it?
I am. I am. They were looking pretty comprehensive. Pressure was on towards the end of the second map, and they managed to pull it off. They managed to take a map away, which is an achievement in and of itself. The way that this matchup has gone in the past, they have certainly learned a lot. They have indeed improved. They'll be starting on the CT side here. They will be up against a pretty good buy coming in from Complexity, but goodbye Poison. A different use of the word coming in there, and we'll see how Complexity are able to recover back now. Crucial, pretty damn confident, taking a few more faces. Does have to be careful. Tag down 35 HP. Of course, the cross smoke's coming in. What else would it be here on the pistol on the T side? But comprehensive flash coming back through. A lot of damage being traded on both sides of the equation. It does seem that Complexity are going to get the A site under wraps. The bomb plant will be coming in shortly thereafter, and Mighty Max and Surreal are pretty damn low for this retake.
Ooh, Config. Gonna put himself in a one-and-done spot, typically. Taking a risk, and yeah, he's kind of baiting for Oboe here, who's stuck on site with a Glock, is gonna be able to isolate a good fight. Blame F on the car, is gonna have fire coming through. Rush trying to help him out. A Glock on long, not the best. He was hoping to get the flank, and the bomb is not planted for Rush. The Kit player can just get on it. Rush has to go quick. Can Robin get the stick? The burst Glock is good. Complexity win the pistol, but man, did it make me sweat.
Yeah, imagine how Rush felt in that situation, eh? But despite the good start, Endpoint, again, that's the one thing that Complexity have been pretty good at in this series, is picking up the pistols. Want to say at least 3 out of the 4, if not all of them, that we've had so far. Okay, Surreal though doesn't care. Pistol, pff, yeah, and got a scout, mate. I'm sick with it. Finds a crazy headshot to open up, and that is the opener indeed they were looking for here into the Scouts and Deagles buy of round 2. Okay, and then Config gets one through the smoke. For goodness sake, what is happening? Cheeky frags all over the board. Second for him, and now an advantage for Complexity.
Thomas, he's creeping, he's crawling, and he's about to get timing from lower and upper, and he did. Unfortunate, Thomas seemingly had that player dead to rights. As Mighty Max will do his best to hold mid. Wherever Complexity decide to group and go, they'll have an immense advantage. And honestly, if they go towards short, it gives a really good chance for Surreal to get a couple kills. This is the angle he wants. He's great with these flights. Gets the first, a duck in from the MAC-10 player, who now is playing a dangerous game on site. They shouldn't face him any longer. Mighty Max can't come towards short. CT is truly his only option. But that should be that, unless Complexity really try to feed these scouts. They should be able to get out with their AKs. But I don't mind Endpoint playing the exit game either.
Max trying to catch some players off here, but yeah, not going to happen. Moving towards long to join his buddy boy. Pressure going to be on in the next round. Ooh, Config actually dies to the bomb there. That's a little oopsie. Ends up being a bit more costly than it needed to be, actually. The golden number that we always talk about. There'll be one under it because of that. So, whoops. 2 scouts, the Deeg and the armor for Mighty Max kept into this round. Smoke bought by Robin. Tag taken by Robin. Bit of a shame. Initially, I think both the scouts trying to peek into middle here, and Poison not afraid to fight them at all. Complexity looking to get a clean third on the board, but it's not going to be that easy if Endpoint have their way.
Keeping it simple, Complexity out towards middle. Crucial. Open a prayer through the smoke. As Robin back sight, well, he's in for some trouble. He's gonna try to spam in, maybe try to get lucky. No, it's config to enter. And I mean, pretty safe from complexity, nothing really too risky. Endpoint, hoping to get some damage with their scouts. There is a player in mid that's Flame F. He's gonna come in and try to mop him up. A little nervous about the second scout, but this is gonna be 3 for complexity. The op, keep in mind, gonna come back into play for Crucial. Endpoint, if you watched them earlier today, what their strengths were was CT control at long, being very retroactive against fours, willingness to push into B tunnels, get some control. Their setups towards Cat and fighting middle, giving up long and retaking A. They had some very good successful retakes on B, and their double ops are firing on all cylinders. It was kind of like the Crucial and Robin, who could get the most kills. Robin ended up not getting the most kills, but more damage, so he got a higher rating. So technically, he won. But the double ops from Endpoint is a second resort that they can break out that is really good for them on this map. I wonder if they're going to be feeling as confident against Complexity to go for the constant long fights, because you know Complexity are willing to do it.
Here into the first rifle round. The scout tag not coming in this time around. Deep nade onto Obo. Nice bit of chip damage. Nice deep Molotovs. That might just spread to him. He has to smoke it off. The B hit going to come in though, and Robin is caught completely out in the open. Surreal smoke for him to work with, or is it? Left on 19, taken down by Obo in the end. And the immediate call to save. The B bomb site has fallen. Complexity with their 4th in a row. It's as simple as that.
Oh man, that's gotta suck for Endpoint. If you're gonna lose the B site, you kind of want to lose it in a fashion in which you're getting a couple kills, you're getting Complexity to be a little bit nervous about it. So in the future rounds, they might not be as confident to just run you over in the B site or go for the same executor, take their spawns. You kind of want Complexity to want to feel like they have to default every round. And that's what Endpoint did to Fords. They forced them into the defaults every round. Fords got nervous to take their long and B spawns. But Complexity certainly are no 4s. An Endpoint saving 3, able to buy right back up here, Scriv. Will there be a change early from Endpoint? Complexity gonna take their spawn here. BlameF trying to get out to green. The flashes will come over. The molly will go. And it's safe from BlameF. The molly actually misses.
Yeah. Bit of pressure on Surreal there, and he kind of crumbles under it, but he's all good. He's able to back away. Moving around pretty comprehensively away from the B bomb site, actually. So that's kind of interesting to see. Flash will come in, forcing him off the angle. Moving slowly but surely towards this A site here, and Rush playing anti-flash. No cross smokes as yet. They're waiting for some kind of return aggression from Endpoint, but it's not going to come. Actually, Surreal gives them a bit of a smoke to work with. They're going to flash off of that. Nice and reactive. Down goes Thomas. Ooh, on the edge of the smoke. Surreal gets blinded up, and he will eventually be finished off. 5 on 3. Complexity looking very, very good here for their 5th in a row. And Endpoint once again. The other side of the map has to save.
Complexity are taking no risks. Wherever the pack goes, everyone else kind of follows. They get BlameF out towards long for free. The molly misses, unfortunately, and he calls for backup. They take it up long. They own the site swiftly. And Endpoint, as you mentioned, going to try to save these op and M4s. You can see how rich Complexity are going to be. I'm going to give you a hint. Nearly everyone is going to be close, if not at 10,000 plus. Going into round 6. That is absolutely terrifying for Endpoint on the season side, whose economy is already kind of in shambles. It costs more to buy, but I think Crucial may just drop a second op. I really do.
Gotta change something up, right? Difficult to read into. I kind of agree with you. I think maybe a big change up. The real's not been like foreign to the secondary AWP in the past. They're kind of just set in their ways right now, a little dogged in their style, and it is kind of costing them. Mighty Mac's going to be the B anchor this time around. Molotov will go down, flash over the top for him to work with. Bit of an awkward fight, does manage to win it, and Config is in between two angles. Mighty Mac's still alive, but Obo claps him down. Poison will pick up Robin, trying to get aggressive, and Blame F, of course, on the back end of things. Here's out Crucial Scope, drops down to CT, eliminates him, and Thomas cannot find anything. It'll be another round for Complexity. Worrying stuff on Dust 2. Carlisle looking good. They are an unstoppable force right now.
Yeah, no surprise. You're going to be seeing a lot of Blame F kind of doing his solo things. When they go up short, he'll stay mid. When they go up long, he kind of likes holding top mid safe. You'll see him do a lot of solo fights and a lot of solo engagements. And Endpoint even had the rotates. They had the support flashes over the top. They just could not get the job done. That B hit for Complexity as well. Hurst, the spacing, the pathing into the site. You can tell they've done that quite a few times. And Endpoint gonna finally have to take a save. They couldn't get all the rifles out. Actually, they've hit max loss, so I'm stand corrected. I thought they might have had to just take a bit of a knee, but no. They had enough cash that the max loss adds up appropriately. And you can see Mighty Max, he knew he had the support flashes. He was confident to peek into it. It's just Complexity. Once they get those opening kills, they're so deadly because on a map like Dust 2, they're not afraid to just keep going for more. And if you can't, as an anchor, get the first, you're going to be kicking yourself. And that just simply can't happen. Blame F and Poison, opening kills in the first 15 seconds. And that's already the round. Just like that.
Yeah, Complexity have really stepped it up, and Dust 2 seems to be, I think, unfortunately, a place where they can show the individually, kind of objectively, they are the better team. Mechanically, they are the better team, and they can just work the fundamentals, work the individual aim, rely on the players at the front to do a lot of the work. And sure, Config bites off a little more than he can chew, but this time around, Complexity want to get the hunt on now that they've got a strong economy behind them. Oh, Poison going to find that one onto Robin. Crucial has to stay alive here. Thomas going to help him out. Pretty good stuff towards the end to take down a few names and survive with a couple players, despite the brevity of the hunt there from Complexity, but at this point, it comes down to, the issues come down to a bit more than just, you know, oh, we're not having strong buys, we don't have money, we don't have cash. No, that's not the case, right? There is a lot more coming into it than that. Fundamental issues, and honestly, a pause coming in here, but 7 in a row for Complexity might just be enough to make the difference in the end.
On top of that, they're starting to hit max money, which is just terrifying. And I'm hoping to see the double ops come out from Endpoint. It's something I feel that they're confident in and comfortable with. But if they're not breaking it out yet, perhaps they're not feeling too good about it. They know what's going wrong. It's the opening fights. It's duels like this, where Config comes out towards long, and the flashes are just on his side. The reflashes for re-aggression from Thomas, but Obo, by the time that happens, he's through the fire finds him. But Complexity push the issue. They keep going. They find the kills. They trade out into their favor, and obviously Blame F on the opposite side of the map gets his given kill, which seemingly he finds nearly every round thus far. And Complexity should be staring down 8. This has been a quick Dust 2.
Yeah, Blame F as well is really having a great time. Great time on this map. Dust 2, I think, is so because of the way... Okay, maybe I'll hold the point because Crucial's still alive here, actually. He spotted out 2. The smoke going to dissipate as well. Gonna go for it. Flash over the top. But Blame F was ready for that. Here's the pin drop and will peek out and take him down for the 8th. So no heroics coming in, unfortunately. But yeah, because of the way that it is kind of so open, like that sight line from B to mid to CT to long, kind of, you know, you don't have to move far to get in and see a bit more. I think it really works out for him because he can just get a full vision from a lot of different spots and cuts off rotations, catches rotations. It's a really great map for him. And there's a lot of areas as well, like tunnels, for example, where you can not give yourself away, not show yourself, but you can still hear. The audible cues are a lot easier as well. There's a lot of spots that you can just kind of sit in and hear an awful lot as a T-side player. So he works beautifully on this T-side of Dust too, for sure. 3-man boost coming in. Not able to spot anything. I think Mighty Max might have just been seen on the edge of his model. He has indeed mollied out, picked up easily. And now into a 5-on-4, where I think they're going to call to save immediately, of course. Thomas got this M4 into this round. They want to save the armor and the Deagles into the next to keep the pressure on.
Oh, man, Dust 2 on a map like Complexity Script, where I talked about in the pregame, kind of those like 50-50 duels, right? Entry v like anchor. Can the anchor get the first entry player out, right? Without getting killed, without getting traded immediately, to allow that utility to come over, to allow that support from your teammates, to keep it going, to keep the site alive, to feed the anchor. And it's just Endpoint not winning those fights right now. On top of that, Crucial with his op, unable to find any opening picks. Not putting it all on him, of course, but it's in Complexity. Not really ever finding themselves in a default, right? They've been different every round. They've been taking their spawns. We've seen the B hits quite a few times. We've seen the long executes. The mid control is safe from Complexity. Wherever they seemingly go, they've been covered. Their bases have been covered. No one's stealing second. Endpoint are trying to at least lay a bunt down, but that can't even become a reality. My baseball references have been on point all day.
Yeah, I don't know anything about baseball. I can't lie to you. What I do know is CS, okay? Rush flashes. Blame F, he capitalizes. Complexity know their CS as well. Looking good for a 10th. Off the back of that, to be honest, the way that things have been going, Endpoint once again, very early on into the round, are on the back foot. And history would dictate that they do not do well on the back foot. Double smokes coming in towards mid. They're not going to act on them. Actually going to move across to short, trying to bait out some utility and keep the CTs guessing. Crucial on his lonesome, but he's so unsure. Are they coming long? Are they all short? What's the deal? Thomas slightly below here, trying to help out where he can. Crucial, though, is just not peeking short at all. They get all the way onto the site before he goes for a face. Does manage to land the first, but the short plant is surefire, and he has to back away. Into a 4v4 and an awful lot of damage done here, Keith, with that Molotov particularly. It's definitely doable. Ooh, we'll see. Depends on these headshot angles. Surreal. Gonna get them both, in fact. Blame F coming in from behind, of course. They're kind of ready for it. It's all going to be onto Poison, really, because they've spotted him out. He will get taken down. Blame F's still alive, but the defuse coming in. An Endpoint. They've done it. The first round on the board.
There you go.
Crowd goes wild.
Yeah. Yay. Crickets, crickets. Some claps, some claps. They don't want to get too excited yet, Scriv, and I can't blame them. Although Dust 2 is a T-sided map, it is definitely requires some CT rounds. And Endpoint pick up the double op, which is huge. Get those both in play. And this is where I think Endpoint are at the best. When the double ops, they can just lock down lanes. If you're losing the long fight, perhaps can just focus more towards Cat. But the utility usage for Complexity and the pace in which Complexity are playing right now is just steamrolling Endpoint round and round again. They'll try to do the smokes. Can they cross without taking damage? It seems likely. Robin gets, in fact, sprayed through a smoke. They'll lose one of the yachts. The A site's gone. Obo's the only one to fall. And Luke, who's hunting no other than Blame F. And it's Complexity just being very terrifying The long take is refined. The flashes are non-stop. And the first player that goes out, he's typically alone for a little bit, but then support quickly will come by. And if Crucial can save this op, this is huge. He needs to live. He can't escape to tunnels. He's lost his moment. He's lost his timing there. He is in some trouble. Here they come. Puts the bullet right between them both. One shot from Rush. Mighty Max, they spotted. I mean, they know he's tucked in this corner. I don't know if Rush will get here in time. No. But double digits from Complexity on round 12. It's at the point where Endpoint, yeah, just got to force. Surreal can get the op. He may just have to buy it and run with it. And that'll be the case.
Right back to square one then, unfortunately, for Endpoint. Let's see what they can get done into this round. Hope is the only thing I think they have left at this point, Keith. Thomas playing anti-flash, so going to be prepared for this, and they do overlook his angle ever so slightly. Double spray down coming in. Left on 20 HP, buys enough time. That Molly as well, going to help him out, but Poison is not done yet. He is not convinced. Meanwhile, over on short, Config and Blame F going to make quick use of the distraction of Long. Config moving into the smoke, perfectly done. Nice little flash coming in. Unfortunately, it was not meant for Config, but it works for him. Blame F, meanwhile, finding the head of Surreal. Thomas still alive at Long. It's all onto Blame F, and Robin gets the best of him. Endpoint get a second. They are still not quite down and out just yet, Keith. Still fighting back pretty regularly, keeping it a bit back and forth in the recent rounds.
Yep. Right when they needed a big individual performance in one round, just to get the, light the fire, be the spark to the gas that was ready to go. It's Thomas. That long position against fours, he really cranked down on them. And that's what they need. Complexity will take Long late. Crucial wasn't ready for it to spread as far as it did, and then elects to run through it instead of going forward. It seems to just summarize how the match has gone so far for them. And now it leaves Robin with the op picked up, trying to be cheeky. Endpoint getting nervous about B. 3 players were here, and here comes Blame F. Surreal knew it was coming. That's a desk punch. He gets that. They can attempt the 4v4 instead. Blame F is piecing. He's gone. Endpoint have to save. And Blame F and Complexity have done it again.
A sad time. And I think the issue is, right, for Endpoint, with this taking so very long to get to this point of kind of contention where they're keeping it competitive in these rounds, right? It takes them such a long time that really Complexity are okay. If it keeps going back and forth like this, they don't mind. Yeah, if instead of being 15-0 as it was set to be, it's a 13-2 or a 12-3, they're not too bothered. They've already hit 11. Right, they will lose a few members towards the end, but again, they don't care. The economy's in a fine spot. And Endpoint, like I say, I think it's just a little too late that this competitive nature comes to them.
Oh, there we go. Blame F finally... Well, I say Blame F. Finally, someone from Complexity gets punished for trying to take that long spawn. Complexity's response is quick up catwalk. Fighting on this long corner for what felt like forever before Crucial finds the shot. Oboe. An attempted plant. 5v3 retake for Endpoint. 3 towards Long. 2 heading into CT now. They have the numbers, the Molotovs, the guns. Everything they need. They just can't feed Poison. Do not let him find the positioning. He's jiggled it. Poison missing the shot. Russian Oboe, a kill apiece. Finally they fall. It's Oboe alone. Don't line up and they won't. Thomas, 2 from Long. Crucial the same. Endpoint get a much needed 3rd. And some would say the 4th is needed on top of it. There's moments of hope. There's rounds like that where Complexity overstep, take chances because of the round difference. And that's what Endpoint need, but they've had so much cash, they're even going to get autos out into this. Uh-oh. I feel bad for these B players who are about to cross, because typically they do it with 2 or 3. And Mighty Max gets tagged, as if things were going bad enough. Add insult to injury. These doors are just paper thin for Endpoint right now.
Yeah, not providing the protection that they were sold, unfortunately. I hope they got good insurance. Mighty Max, though, going to push forwards, takes the head of Poison clean off. And there you have it. Sure, they take a bit of damage early on, but he's not phased. You will find the first frag. So the fourth looking a little more likely, a little more doable, a little more comfortable. But still a long way to go in this second half, regardless of whether it ends up going against them here or not. It's a monumental task. It really is. Time will tell in this round, though. Complexity, typically when they've been behind, have found it a little difficult, actually, here on Dust 2. We'll see what they opt to go for. Still got plenty of utility left. Bit of a different approach, not going for the 2 rail smokes, a different flash as well to completely force Crucial off, and then the rail smoke comes in. Great flashes here to make Crucial's life so incredibly difficult. Robin going to get caught pushing through the smoke. And now it'll be into a 4 versus 4 as the bomb goes down. Crucial waiting for someone to peek into him, but I don't think it's going to happen here, Keith. They have to be proactive. They have to get aggressive. And Crucial is shaky. He's had some difficult rounds, a difficult map for him here when they rely on him so very much. We'll see if he can pull up everything in this round. Gets the reaction there onto Config. It is still a man advantage just about for Endpoint, but still planted in a difficult spot. They're both out towards short. Rush the first to face. Blame F with the trades. The time ticking away. The nade gets him. Is there enough time? I'm not sure. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it on the hood. It will indeed be the round going the way of Complexity. Oh man, gotta suck for Endpoint in the end. The 12th comes in against all the odds. Incredible first half there from Complexity.
What can you say? What can you say? Really, they won those 50-50 duels early. They got the momentum going. You can see how many they strung together there. I believe that's 9. That's a lot. Blame F with his lurking type of style, constantly catching Endpoint off guard. The taking of sites from Complexity quite a bit led to Endpoint getting more buys because, you know, they had a save. They kept 2 to 3 alive once in a blue moon. But, I mean, Complexity never had to take an eco. They had cash for the entire half. Endpoint were trying to climb a hill in a snowstorm while wearing shorts. It's a lot. Can they make the comeback now that they're on the T side? I'd like to think so. They need kind of the same luck and grace that Complexity had, Scriv. I know it's there, but motivation might not be at the highest.
All right, let's see what they can get done here on the pistol. The early smokes coming in, just rushing straight in off the back of the flashbangs. There's so many bodies to get past, but it's Mighty Max coming in with 2 on the Glock, making this a lot more doable. Rush gonna get spammed down to 8 HP. He's not even seen anyone yet, for goodness sake. How very annoying for him. The bomb's gonna go down, and Crucial gets him in the head as he tries to back away. Surely not in this round then, Keith. It does indeed look like Endpoint will start the second half as they mean to continue. Incredibly decisively, flawlessly, as it will have to be so for the next kind of 10 rounds. I think at least 8 rounds for me have to go their way in this kind of fashion. So, a tough ask, but not impossible.
Definitely not. With the pistol win, they do have to worry about the force back from Complexity, which will more than likely happen as they're on the CT side. They have so many rounds to work with. Gonna have to wait for Config to come back, of course. It really comes down to a few factors. One, Endpoint have to win this round nearly flawless to build the bank early and go make some money with these SMGs. 2, the first rifle has to be as clean as clinically possible. They're going to have to keep 3 to 4, probably 4, alive, win the round, really secure that confident economy. That way you have that few rounds of bubble where if you lose, it's not the entire game in series and championship you lose. It's just that one round, and you're back with a rifle. So there's a lot of things going into this comeback for Endpoint. They're going to be thinking round by round. I'm thinking longevity, but they're clearly going to be thinking round by round. Will they be playing with as much confidence as Complexity did to fighting long and taking B spawns? Probably not. Could be playing a bit more standard, a bit more default. But look for Crucial to come alive with it once you get to knock at his hands. I think that's going to be the defining factor for their T side.
Big. Oh, he spotted the gun barrel. Surely. Yeah, Thomas goes down, has no idea. He's crept in there. Slight overlook, perhaps, by Thomas or by the initial kind of setup. Tag onto Robin, meanwhile. Surreal also pretty low. That is a massive nade coming in from Poison. And they have got a deadly crossfire here. Great little Molotov for Obo. He will peek with a flashbang to boot. Actually gets a frag before being traded, but it's Config on the Galil doing so much damage, solidifying the round, and Complexity get the force buy. They are not shaken at all. They come straight back into things, and they want to get this grand final wrapped up. They want that big prize pot to go their way, and, well, with plays like this, I think it might just come a little prematurely.
Oh, that hurts, Scriv. I'm not even playing. And I'm trying my best to be not biased, but that one really hurts to just watch. That feels good, though. Surreal cracks open the site. Complexity with all the rifles that they could need for the retake. And long control to boot. Complexity will try to come in through CT. Flashes will land in the window, blinding the Cat players. Rush is going to find Robin. He's going to keep it rolling. He's going to go in for two. The pistols may try, and Thomas is going to hit some headshots. I can feel it. The smoke will plume. The barrels will cover. The defuse is getting stuck. Does he know the lineup? He hits them once, but that's it. Bomb comes in. 14 for Complexity, and Hope may be slipping away. As Endpoint probably force. I mean, do you really play for 11 rounds in a row? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a real tough call. They're gonna put all their chips in and hope that they don't make any more mistakes throughout the rest of this game. Might be able to snatch this one away again, you know, another kind of round where, yeah, plays like that, you know, there's no holds barred here. Eventually Poison finds a frag, but he is tagged up pretty heavily. Blame F as well with the nade, gonna finish off Mighty Max. Config on the secondary AWP, getting a bit of support, looking good. And it will be the 15th round for Complexity, so no crazy shenanigans coming in there. Endpoint with 11 in a row required, Keith. It is a monumental task. Cannot reiterate that one enough. For any caliber of team, you know, whether you're Endpoint or Na'Vi, who are apparently ranked first at the moment, or of course the Astralises of the world are the ones that we always use, but all the same, it's going to be a hard time. It's going to be a real hard time. And they've got a couple timeouts. Might as well at least use two. You know, give yourself 30 seconds. Really talk things over and get this ball rolling.
I like to believe myself. As the unpause comes through, I said Crucial will be a big factor into this T side. Will that be true? As Endpoint fake a bit of long control, Complexity respond with the flashes, with mollies and smokes. And Obo, quiet on the B side of Vertigo. He seems to like B sites, as he's here on Dust 2 and has already dealt damage to Surreal. Thomas will now have to lead the charge. Obo has a feeling this execute was coming. He's calling for help already. He'll dodge the flashes. Config with 1. Obo still here. Give him 2. Can this be hit from Complexity? Obo with 3. Poison's already there. And Complexity will show you why they're monsters. My prediction might be wrong. Commiserations to Endpoint. But at the same time, congratulations to them for making it to the finals and not having to play Complexity earlier. Tea time.